Hello, everybody out there, and welcome to our third Changemaker Chats across the globe. I'm calling in today from a small village in Massachusetts, in New England, in the United States. Maya, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Kochi, Kerala, the southernmost part of India.
Nice. And Francis?
My name is Francis. I am calling from Kollam. Kollam is in Kerala. It's in south of India also.
Nice. So, just as a reminder, Maya and I met in India back in January. I'm the co-founder of the Yellow Tulip Project. Maya's the co-founder of Mind Empowered. We met and did workshops together. And one thing we realized then, almost a year ago, was that these conversations about mental health are so necessary, so important. There's so much that we can all learn from each other. A lot of people are in their silos doing things that we don't like. What can we all learn from each other? What are similarities? Where are there differences? So we had this idea as if we're sitting around a kitchen table having a cup of tea together. So it's our virtual cup of tea, a virtual kitchen table. And every session, we want to learn from somebody new who's going to share their story and just bring a new perspective. So, Francis, we're so happy to have you here with us today. I'm going to let you fully introduce yourself, but I want to just say I met Francis. I had the incredible privilege of meeting Francis in India last January when I was presenting at his university, Amrita University. And since then, we've been working together every month for the past 8 months or something. And watching you grow as a leader, watching you find your voice, share your story has been such an incredible has been such an incredible privilege. And I'm really happy that you'll share more of that with us right now today. So, Francis, welcome. Maya, did you want to ask anything to kick us off?
Yeah, actually, Francis, I'd like to know how you started off on your journey. Mental health is not something people, just start off. There's always a story of what led you to become who you are today. So would you want to tell us about that, please?
Sure, I'll be happy to share my story with you because it's a story of transformation. And believe it or not, it's very helpful to me to share it because by sharing, I am also trying to proclaim some good and change to myself because it has been a very steep journey of myself, but I am happy to be where I am today. And I can say that mental health is a very, very vital and important part. So I'll share my story. I am born from Africa, from Kenya, and I was born in a very humble family. And being in a very humble family, that means we didn't have the basic, like all the resources that we are not enough, financial resources and all that. So I was able to have siblings. I have 11 siblings, and including me now, we have 12 children, and we have the same mother and father. And life was to me as I was growing up, it was very tough, and it was not very good. I did my primary school, and after doing primary school, I got good marks to join high school. But unfortunately, because of a lack of enough money, I was not able to proceed. So I had to stay back at home for almost 3 years, just helping my uncle doing some business. And then after that, I decided to go back to primary school, where I said, I think I might finish in education. So I went back to primary school and I joined again primary school and I did my exams and I happened to get good marks, higher than what I got before. Then I earned a scholarship to go to high school. What I can say is my life took track when I went to high school. I was able to get a scholarship and I was able to learn very well. And also to go to, and then after I finished high school, I got a scholarship again to go to university. And I did my bachelor's degree in the University of Nairobi in Kenya. And I was able to at least attend my education. But as I said, it was not easy. It was very tough, my journey. While I was growing up, I had a lot of anxiety. My mother was like the breadwinner because my father was somehow sickly. He was not able to provide for us. And most of the time, being a mother and who is providing for so many children, she was facing a lot of anxiety. And she was kind of transferring that to us. Like she are just sitting in the home and she's telling us, I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I don't know what we will eat. You guys, you start praying, so every time we were living from like daily wage. So if we are eating now, we don't know if tomorrow we are able to eat. Sometimes we are not able to eat. So that anxiety and that kind of lack and being in a community where lack is defining us, it was very, very tough. So in my journey, I came to learn about meditation, which was a turning point for me in my life because when I was finishing my graduation in high school, in university, I was doing some kind of side hustles to be able to support myself. So I learned while doing some, it was an online writing. I was doing some writing, academics writing to some students and doing assignments for them. So while doing that for at least 3 years, I was able to come across some readings online about meditation. Remember, I am from Africa, and Africa meditation is not very common there. We are prayer, we believe in God, Christians, and we pray. I also was a very good prayer. I was believing in Christianity. But the way I learned about meditation, the way I was studying it, I felt like it is a kind of calming the mind and being able to sit with your thoughts and not engaging the thoughts, just listening and observing yourself, because thoughts are just like illusions. So to me, it sounded like a very curious thing for me. I felt like, this can happen because I was always, like I have said, my mind was just conditioned to fear, anxiety, and just seeing the poverty. No next step. Like I didn't have a very good social life, so I was very lonely and I was very. So after finishing my degree, I went home. Then I started meditation. I started like sitting just because I followed these tutorials. You have to sit down somewhere. So I sat down under a shade in a tree and I in the mat, just alone, keeping quiet and closing my eyes. At first, it was very, very, very strange people, especially my family members. Some of them were just trying to look at me and say, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Some of them, even some people who were passing by because our home was kind of open. So they were looking at me and saying, but if this guy is maybe he's having some kind of issues. How can you just sit down there and close your eyes? But I was trying to fight a lot of battles in my mind. It was very hard at first to close my eyes and try to think and to not to stop my thoughts. But being someone who was non-resilient, I didn't try to do so many things. I said I will give it some more time. So I persisted. I persisted in trying to do meditation. Every day I am there and I'm closing my eyes. I'm trying to listen to the voices. So as I was reading some different kind of modes of doing meditation styles, there was this kind of just sat down with your thoughts, just breathing, taking deep breathings. And after that, you scan the environment, listen to the different kind of voices and noises around. Just don't judge and then listen and just take note. So with time, I was able to grow. And I did it for almost 6 months. And believe it or not, for the first time, I felt some kind of relief in my mind after doing that. I felt some kind of peace and something that I've never felt in my life. I felt so good. I felt after the meditation, when I go back to the normal life, I feel there's some kind of translation. There's some kind of just presence in myself. I can see myself in the other things as I'm doing. So that's how I began my journey. And meditation is somehow, maybe I can say, addictive. I don't know. It's in a good way. Because once you taste what it is, you never want to go back. So that's how my journey meditation started. I did it up to now. I've done it for 6 years. And today I can tell you with the surety of my mind that I am not the same person that I used to be. All my negativity and those thoughts, they are already like they have dissolved. I'm just sitting here and I'm seeing myself and I'm feeling so good and I'm feeling all my conditioned mind about the poverty. It's just a mindset and the illusions, they all fade. So now I can feel the presence and I can feel like I'm very, very happy and peaceful person. So that's how I managed. With that, I was able to get a scholarship. I was working also after graduation. I was working with a NGO, and in that NGO, I did some good work. And the director of that NGO, he told me that I can see you have some good work and good effort. So there is a scholarship in India, and I want you to go and do that scholarship. If you go and do it, you can come back, then you can give you some more work to do for us because you are very good. So I had done some kind of good job there, and I can attribute that to meditation because I didn't even know that it was kind of, I just saw people saying this is good work, but I'm personally, I just feel like I am myself, and things come and things change. So I got the scholarship, and I came to India, and in India that was actually the purpose. When I had to come to India, it was the purpose for me to come because I know India, this is the history of where meditation comes from. And so it was, I wanted to come here and also learn more because as a student, you have tested the good effort and benefit of meditation. You want to learn. So I came here. So I'm in school, in college. This is my second year. I'm studying and I have taken part in meditation practices here in India. First of all, we have that in class. We also have the ashram where I also go and take. And my journey with that is very, very good. And I really like to share this message to young people, like those people who are facing like that kind of life. There is a change, there is a hope, and there is a turning point through meditation. So I'm very happy, and that is my story.
Wow, amazing, amazing story. I must say, applaud. Really want to applaud that, you know, so many people face so many tough situations, right? You can either just be the victim and say, oh, this is why this is happening, and just, stay in that situation, or you can rise up from that
Yeah,
situation, get a takeaway, and find a purpose in your pain. And that's exactly what you did.
yeah,
Amazing, really
yeah.
amazing.
Such a story of resilience and strength, and like Maya said, just purpose. Maya, I'm wondering, do you meditate?
Actually, no, I want to learn. So when you were saying close your eyes, and whenever I close my eyes, there are like thousands of thoughts coming through. I've never, I want to know how to meditate, and I've asked a lot of people. So when he's saying 6 years, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I have to ask him, how do you start meditating?
Yeah.
So
Well,
yes, I
I
will
think,
ask you that later,
yeah, yeah.
Francis. So yeah.
yeah,
Well,
sure.
I think it's actually because I also keep talking about I want a meditation practice, and I think people feel that you need to really it's just learning just to be quiet and settle your mind, and it should be something I'm a little better at it. I'm a little better at it, but I think this feeling that you have to be completely quiet, can't have any thoughts in your head. And I've, Francis, when you took the storytelling class at the end, mentor talks about meditation should really be like brushing your teeth in the morning. Even just for 3 minutes, you find a quiet place to take those small, deep breaths. It's free. You don't have to pay to breathe. You can learn just to start with 3 minutes. And I try really hard to start my day with a very short meditation practice. I'm not great. I still have my thoughts racing around in my head, but talking about self-care and mental health and how important it is to find strategies to take care of ourselves. And meditation is in some ways right there. It's right there. And just be
True.
learn. Yeah, it's just interesting how,
Yeah, no, I would like to add here that though I don't know, like, I've never had a guru to teach me what is meditation and everything. And to each person, it can mean a different thing. But what you just now said, Suzanne, just something that gives you peace of mind, right? It could be you're doing your work so sincerely, so calmly, that might itself be a meditation. When
yeah,
you're cooking, you're so into the cooking, that can also be meditation, right? Something
exactly.
that
Yeah.
just you are in the moment is what I think, when you are sincerely doing that. That is meditation of sorts, right? I think so. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know. I
sure.
think,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's the way you say it's just like you kind of focus on something, just stick on something and you focus on it. And
correct.
once you focus on it, you gain some kind of control over it because your mind is focused on that place and you do it. And with the time
Hmm.
continue doing the meditation, you increase the focus. Now you're able to translate it back to other area aspects of your life. You might just have that control and focus. It keeps improving and keeps showing changes in every part of life.
Yeah.
Oh, so actually, very interesting you say that because I read in a book and I did not realize it till then because I never used to observe my thoughts or anything. In this book, it was said that if you actually observe your thoughts, it's either the regret or this thing about what has gone past, about your past, or the anxiety or worry about future. And actually that's true. Like if I am say cooking and I'm thinking, oh, what happened today or what's gonna happen tomorrow, there's nothing about the present. We are just either thinking about the past or the future.
Yeah.
But the minute we start focusing on the present, that and when it hit me, I was like, oh yeah, that's true. When you observe your thoughts, at least 90% of it is just past or future,
It's
right?
not, yeah, past or future. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah. That's something I'm working hard on too, just being present. Be here now. You can't do much about the past. The future hasn't come. So just being present. And Maya, like you said, you can meditate while you're washing dishes. You can meditate when you're taking a walk and just maybe not sitting under a tree, but you can do a walking meditation and just like I am here, I'm present, I'm noticing. Am I right, Francis, that meditation is just such a nice practice? So I know that you are the president of the social work club at the university. Congratulations. Is that something that you'll work on introducing to all your classmates, a meditation practice for just social workers? Because social workers I know are carrying heavy loads and studying hard social issues, and having a self-care practice is critical to social work students, I think. And what do you notice on your campus with your classmates? Like how many people actually do have self-care practices? And if so, what do they do to take care of themselves?
Okay. Uh, in the class in the so I'm the I was taken as the president of the social work association, and just by maybe God's grace, I can say that in India here, meditation is like a common practice, and we actually have it in class. Once we are in class, we have a class session of meditation, and it's a form of self-care. So our teachers, when they come to class, they come to teach us. For those of us who come from foreign areas, we try to introduce us to that kind of meditation. And so the class is like you have to sit down for 50 minutes and you have to have a guided meditation where the teacher will guide us throughout the processes because it's a gradual process and it takes time. Uh, some of my classmates, they continue the practice even after the sessions we have in class. They have their own self-care practice in meditation. I've spoken to some of them. They have that program. They can meditate sometime in the morning or in the evening, depending on their program. Uh, and we also have the ashram where people can also go and do that. So I feel like as students, meditation can be a very good help to us because we are facing a lot of student is like a roller coaster. Student life is a roller coaster. It's like just repeating everything. You have to say, wake up, go to class, come, eat, sleep, exam, like that. So once you have some like meditation, it's like an escape. At least you can go and sit down with yourself for some time. So I was planning to. I have spoken to some of my students, and we are continuing with the practice. We want to introduce this to junior students, and we want to in the source department. We have some outreach program, and even though meditation is very common in India, but we want to go to the schools in high school and we want to speak to them about it, especially on the part of mental health, because it's easy to say that meditation is common in your area, but actually most people may not be practicing it, like they not be seeing the benefit of it. So we want to come to go to them and share them our experiences and stories of life and how meditation helped us and how important is it to mental health, because once they are able to do it now at this age, it will be very, very good for them in the future. So that's our program. We'll be starting some outreach program and yeah, with our students, and we are hoping it will be best.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because what you said about high school, it's very important. They learn in school. It's so important. I don't know if you know there is a exercise in Indian in in ancient India which is called Surya Namaskar. Okay, it's a series of 12 steps, right? And it's your entire body exercise. I even though I knew about it, I myself started practicing it only last year, and I already see and it's a very subtle difference that you see over time, right? It's not like, oh, today I'm gonna do 50 push-ups and then Sunday comes and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do anything anymore. It's doing it's as if doing one push-up a day for the rest of your life. You know, that's how Surya Namaskara works, right? Like, and Surya Namaskar is on in full body, and there is a peace that comes just by doing that as well, the 12 steps. So I think what you are trying to do, Francis, with going to schools and actually giving it at that age, it is so important, because I think today, Suzanne, I think it's there across the world. Like, it's not, mental health is not an issue just with youth or the elderly or anybody. It's everybody's business nowadays. So, and how we cope, how we do self-care is so important, so important.
Yep. I would also argue that there clearly is, at least in the United States, but I would argue that it's across the globe, youth mental health crisis. I think there's so much that young people are facing across the globe. I also know that the impact on social media, on time spent on phones, I don't know the exact averages, but like the hours a day that young people are on their phones, and any nature-based interventions, any opportunity to find quiet and to meditate or to walk in the woods or find that peace is
Or
so.
even create your hope gardens.
The Hope Gardens,
That
exactly.
too.
Exactly. Yeah. So I even argue, I know you're talking about secondary schools, primary schools. I think teaching younger kids, because younger kids, I don't know, in India and in Kenya, is primary school, we say elementary school, middle school, and high school, but having kids who are 10, 11, that primary school for you, I think, right? Primary school, that age.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a lot of young people at that age, particularly when their bodies start changing and they're going through adolescence and things are hard anyway, having young people learn these self-care strategies, oh, is so important.
I agree, totally agree. So what you're doing is great, Francis. So you're actually going to schools, already started going to schools. Is that what you're doing, or you're planning to do that?
Okay, because we just assumed the ASWAS department recently. We are starting our activities. We started recently, but the outreach program is yet to start. So that we are just under planning right now. We are having some kind of online practice, and also under plans are underway, but we hope to do it soon, because there are so many schools, and this outreach program is already in progress in the college. So we only need to be enrolled with the college and start doing that. So it's going to be
Yeah. And for self-care, other than meditation, is there anything your friends do? I mean, since you are in college, what are the other things that they do for their self-care? Is there something, some techniques?
most of them they do exercise.
Um,
They do
okay.
exercise. They go to gym, and some of them play sports, because we have some sports activities here. which they enjoy. Actually, they enjoy. Once I ask them about their journey, about how they how they explore themselves to find some peace within themselves. So
Yes.
they say sports, a gym. They also do meditation. Uh, yeah, I am just also having some engaging talk with friends, just meaningful
Mm.
talk, not just small talk, but big talks about life. Yeah, it kind of also help them to connect at least to their self. Yeah,
Yeah. So the trend that I found here, especially for entrepreneurs, like, youngsters who might be in college or just out of college and want to start up their own things, they're very passionate about starting their organizations and everything. They're young, passionate, have the time to do, and then they get so passionate and keep doing things that they forget self-care. And then they get so much into it that slowly they walk on the path of burnout and they don't even realize that they're starting to get burnt out. So that is the other extreme that happens, like passion taken to the other extreme where all self-care is lost. So self-care from childhood on a consistent basis is so important, so important.
It's
So
so
yeah.
true. We at the Yellow Tulip Project a couple years ago created a self-care kit called 64 Tips for Self-Care by Young People for Young People. And all our youth ambassadors created a page. What do you do to take care of yourself? And it was, I play music, I journal, I meditate, all different things. What I'd be interested in our Changemaker chats, Francis, I'd love for you to ask your classmates to create a self-care kit. What do Indian and Kenyan, what does it look like self-care, and create sort of a global kit? And I think that'd be a really great project to keep
sure.
adding. Like our self-care kit is specifically on young American people use. But what do young people in India do to take care of themselves? Oh, that sounds great. And well, oh, I think I can learn that tip. So I think that'd be a cool global project we can work on together, right?
Yeah, art is
Yeah, that's an
also
amazing
one of the
idea.
parts. They also do some arts. I know. I just remember they are like that's creative art, and it's also good for them. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know
there's
my,
also some people who do street plays. There's people who do street plays and dramas as well to
yep.
enact
And
things.
dancing also. Let's keep that flash mob. That's the way of saying.
Yes, flash mobs. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
generally
right.
in India, students are have a very good social life. Like just interacting is very high. I say compared to Kenya where I was. Here, when I came here, I found that people here are super active in terms of these active social events. There's so much celebration, so much events they have, and they also like this flash mobs, skate, dancing, and it's not weird. Actually, it's good for them. They really like it. Compared to my home, it's very
Hmm.
different. Here, people are very active and also yeah,
How
they're
is
very
it over there?
extrovert.
How is it at home? How is it at
Yeah,
home? What's your self-care things at home? What do you do there in your school,
yeah,
in your...
yeah. At home, mostly is we have sports because we have sports. We play a lot of different sports, football and all that. Yeah, most of the people they have religion like Christianity, go to church, maybe pray like that, and do also events. They have events. Generally, that is also they have friends. They connect with each other. But it's not like very because we come from single families mostly, and so we are brought up into a kind of a family where you don't so much interact, and it's not like you
Public.
don't have much of a public and publicity and all that. You might have events, but it's only for some few people who are invited, like that, something like that. So people don't have that kind of way of much interaction, so they prefer like some self-care tips, like maybe praying, meditating, maybe writing, journaling, and also, as you have said, maybe having some goals and plans to starting their own businesses and that organizations. Yeah, that is generally how the life is in there.
Do you have any public awareness campaigns or something over there where everybody, at the marketplace just getting together, and is there something like that that happens in Kenya or Nairobi?
events are there. Mostly they are maybe public event like government functions like that, where people can come together and interact. And also on holidays, but also during holidays, it's not like we come together the street and we march together or we sing like that. If it's a holiday, for example, like Christmas, in Christmas we will just come to home and we will prepare some food and we will eat. Then after it, we can go and visit some one or two friends that we know, and that is like that. So uh, avenues are there, but the mode of the interaction is a bit different.
Okay, yes, different societies have different ways of,
Yeah.
celebrations. So yes, nice.
Well, I'm noticing that our time is coming to an end here for our third Changemaker chat, but I think again, like I feel like we could sit around our virtual kitchen table all day and just talk about self-care because half an hour is not enough time. But Francis, thank you so much for sharing space with us today and sharing what you do personally, your resilience, your story. It's so inspiring. I know you'll be really making an impact on other young people who hear you speak, the ripple effect of making a difference. And I'm really excited because Maya and I are planning a mental health summit in January, and I see a session on self-care could be in the mix, and I see someone very, very good to help lead that, right, Maya?
Yes, 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 please. We are planning to do that in Jan, and if you can come to Kochi, it's not too far away from where you are. So it would be amazing if we could have a workshop with you. So that would be really nice. So yeah, so please, I would love that. And just about self-care, I mean, it's great you started your journey at such a young age, and kudos to you for that. And kudos to you for impacting so many people in your journey, through your journey. So because, most often we take care of others, but we forget about ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
So true.
Like I always say, you can say I love you, but first say I love me.
So
Yeah.
true. So true. Okay, so thank you, everybody. I'm going to stop recording.
Yeah.